What's going on, everybody? My name is JP Uyafi. I am your host of Chopping It Up with JP podcast. I got my man Joseph sitting to the left of me. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great. Blessed and highly favored. Just another day in America as a black man. Trying to stay out the way and trying to make a way.
Yes, sir, man. How have you been, man? How's the day going so far?
Man, it's hot. Trying to stay hydrated. You feel me?
It's been hot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Other than that, man, my family is doing great. I'm doing blessed as well.
Good.
Appreciate you for asking. How are you?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good, man. It's been a long time coming, getting this, everything together. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest thing for me right now is just staying up. A lot of stuff is gonna be coming these next couple of months. I'm trying to make sure that I'm good. School's starting soon. I know the elections are going to be soon, I know with everything that's kind of in my vision, putting everything together is going to be a little tough, you know what I'm saying, especially like with the whole virtual
transition.
Yeah, exactly, transition. So, just trying to get that squared away, but, staying positive, staying motivated always. You know what I'm saying? I always got, breath in my lungs. I'm always grinding, so.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, man, right now I kind of want to give you the chance to kind of introduce yourself, tell the people what you're about, you know what I'm saying, and we'll get started after that.
Yes, sir. So my name is Joseph Merchain, also very well known as Big General.
Yes, sir.
I'm from South Central Los Angeles, Crenshaw District to be exact. I'm a former foster youth for 21 years. I just turned 23 on the 9th of August. So I'm also a Pasadena City College student entering my sophomore year. I'm a state representative for the SSCCCs, for those who do not know. It's a student center for California community colleges. I'm a great man of great principles and great morals. I have integrity and I stand by those. You feel me?
That's right.
I'm also a small black-owned business owner called Just Minorities Merchain Foundation. Mm-hmm. We are a nonprofit organization currently selling T-shirts and crew necks, to help fund, my daily needs and also help fund, my business. Because what I want to do is own 50 plus locations worldwide and provide free housing, provide free therapy, free haircuts, hygiene products, networking jobs or networking events, also scholarships to students, and also just provide mentorship, and these resources are gonna be dedicated to the black communities across the world, but mainly the mission is to provide services to only minorities, and my people come first, because we have to work 10 times as hard, just to earn twice as what that average non-black American has,
Right.
So that's what my mission is, and I'm also former first president and A2 Men mentee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, big shout out to all the mentors. Big shout out to everybody from Amend.
That's right.
Is my frat brother. You feel me? All
That's
that.
Right.
My man brother. All that, man.
That's right. Yup.
Yes,
big shout out real quick to Professor Chris. And you already know we got to shout out Dr. Bull.
Dr. Edward Bush.
That's right. Big shout out.
Dr. Deed. Dr. Brackett. Everybody
Ricky
from the
Shabazz.
man. And shout out to all the charters. Man. All the brothers putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
We all putting in work.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Emoji too.
Oh, big time. Yeah, you already know we got to shout out to Emoji. I'm over here sitting here. I'm a board member, so I should have been the one that shouted out, man.
Yeah.
But thank you for bringing that up.
Yes,
Always
sir.
gotta you know, give it up for Emoji, man.
Right, you gotta recognize the real.
That's right. So, real quick, you had mentioned a part of your business is really like far reaching. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you, like your vision, it's all encompassing. You're trying to really like have a transformative business. So what was like the view behind that? Can you talk about like free haircuts, essentially getting people's resumes in order, you know what I'm saying? Making sure they live in situations is good. So what was the like the idea behind having a multifaceted approach?
Honestly, bro, because all the stuff I went through, me being homeless a couple times, me being, in foster care, moving, foster home to, placement, being in juvenile hall twice, I've seen a lot, and I've witnessed a lot, I've done a lot, So I think with the free haircuts, that's our culture. You know what I mean? That's our culture, such as, the barbershops back at the 1800s, 1900s, and way past that, barbershop talk. We don't just, and that barbershop talk consists of a lot, just that energy, it's not toxic masculinity.
Right.
It's not, it's never not negative vibes. You feel me? It's real men, being real with each other. With free hygiene products and all that, like, when we were setting this up, I saw a lady right here on the sidewalk, bro. She had a water bottle, like, instead of drinking it, risking it to, cool down, bro, and stuff like that really, opens my eyes and humbles me and really, tells me, yo, I was in that position before, you feel me? And I just feel like, throughout my life, God has, used me as a vessel to, to provide and do my part. Because if you know your part and you play your position, you gonna execute really well and build your team. And I think me being from Crenshaw District, Nipsey Hussle was for the people.
That's right.
Rest in peace to Nip. He was, and Martin Luther King. All the black greats. Barack Obama. Michelle Obama. All that. And I draw inspiration to that. So, and I also hate when people do half of the work that they're assigned to. You know what I mean?
Right.
With professors, teachers, counselors, they have they half-ass. Excuse me, they half-ass the work. And it's annoying. You know how many times I go to school, go to counselors, ask, right? And me being black, it's kind of, and them being non-black, I'm already at a disadvantage.
That's right.
Because they don't want to, really provide me with the third-party resources. They want to provide me with the knowledge that they have, and it's kind of like with me, it's like I never, I never have the work.
Yeah.
I always go beyond, people's expectations of myself. People have the expectations of me, and I have expectations of myself. So I always have to, work hard to, surpass my expectations. So it's just kind of like, that's kind of like that known fact. Right. I draw inspiration to that. So, when a lot of us, me being, a lot of, people, our people, homeless, they still at a disadvantage because me going to LA Mission, bro, like I stayed at Skid Row for like 3 days, right? LA Mission would provide, free food, right? And this white homeless dude got a full plate, bro. Right. Rice, bread, and chicken, right? And it was a whole bunch of that, bro.
Right.
And, me, when I was next, got literally beyond half the portion of what he got. And just kind of like, white privilege is no matter what position you is, bro, it's still there, and it's just kind of, it kind of sucks, but I feel like, like I could really bring a lot to the table,
Good.
So
that's right. That's
sir.
right. I
Yes,
believe
sir.
that. It's interesting how that struggle that you was talking about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people face that in different levels. You know what I mean? Like the biggest thing for me that kind of what you had said is, people are half-assing, you know what I'm saying? And they are not going the full way. Like you are basically like, you're a marathon runner, right? You're not in it for, just like a short little stint. You're like in it for the long haul. And that's why you're trying to have that transformational approach towards business. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's really important if we're really going to be restoring and moving different. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest thing for me, just with the events that transpired this year, bro, from January till now, the biggest thing for me is realizing that everything that I've been studying, that I've been learning is pretty much true to this point. Yeah. Right? And seeing something like reading about Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
To the king and queen.
And it's reading about them, hashing that out, which I have put in episode 2, series 1. Reading about that and then watching George Floyd and diving deeper into each case, bro, you can't tell me that systemic racism is not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a known fact.
Yeah.
It's a known fact.
Yeah. And when I've been thinking is, from this point on, especially our generation of black men, where we are now, we got to be moving differently. You know what I'm saying?
We're civilization builders.
That's right.
We're fathers, we're sons, we're cousins.
That's right.
You know, we're leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like that's what Dr. Edward Bush said at the Mentee, you know, March 4th to the 6th. It was amazing. I think, you know, seeing, you know, like 3,000 or 5,000, you know, young black men of all ages, and it was just straight doctors and engineers too, you know, running the whole thing. You know, I think it was you know, it was refreshing, and it was a new vibe because, you know, me seeing him as brother, I can't say what's up to him without, you know, him pulling up a little bit of his shirt, you know, showing, you're showing, you know what I'm talking about. You feel me?
I'm trying to tell you what's up.
Yeah, exactly. But at that, you know, at the conference, it's like every brother was, you know, suited and booted,
right? And
it was all love, and, you know, saying what's up, and you over here having a conversation like y'all known each other for years, but y'all barely met. You know, it's just crazy,
right?
You know, with that, you know, restoring humanity and restoring the communities. You know, it takes people like myself. You know, it takes people like, you know, the Amend board. You know, it takes people like the board of board of Umoja.
Yeah, I know it's a little different at your school, but yeah, I got you.
You know, it's you know, I feel like, you know, it's our part. You know, we have to play our part. You know, to, you know, just to, you know, do better.
Yeah,
you know, build better.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, it all starts somewhere. You know, it all starts with one person. I can't do it myself. I could do a lot by myself, but I can't do it all by myself.
That's right.
And that's something that, you know, I have to admit. You know, and I have to, I guess, compromise your masculinity in order to admit, yo, I need help. I can't, you know, do this by myself. Yo, I need help at school. You know, because a lot of us, you know, have different missions. You know, but, you know, with me, it's kind of like I gotta be able to, you know, learn, you know, and learn from different people and different, you know, stories that everybody has, and that where I use that, okay, what they're struggling with, you know, what they did struggle with,
right?
And there's millions of people out there, you know, that have encountered what I've encountered and what you encountered. So conversations like these, you know, I kind of pick up off of it and I learn from it, and I'm like, okay, let me use his story, let me use her story, and let me use that for my business.
That's right.
And be able to, you know, help out and help out, you know, the young brothers and sisters, you know, you know, of all ages, you know, we you know, provide safe havens, you know.
That's a big one right there. The safe havens, you know, as far as safe havens go, bro, like essentially capitalism has done away with whatever a safe haven can look like. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, a huge thing. Kind of towards the end of slavery in America, that's what we were building. And then post-slavery, you know, post-Civil War and everything, that's what we were building, is the safe havens, you know. And even if you think about like stuff like Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, Oklahoma, and strips of black businesses on neighborhoods just up in the South and on the East Coast, you know what I'm saying. Essentially, a lot of that has been done away with, you know. And with what you're saying, that could be like a sprout, that could be like a hub, essentially, you know.
Oh, bro, Black Wall Street, bro, bro, I'm gonna tell you now, ain't nobody finna step foot in my freaking building and start drama. Nobody, not no white person, not nobody, bro.
Right.
I got literally zero tolerance for all that, bro. Because majority of these resources are gonna be free, but don't be bitter about it. Don't be, you know, don't be jealous about it. You feel me? And you know, with you know, with capitalism and, you know, what white folks did to Black Wall Street, bro, it's something that me personally I would never forgive.
You're right.
Never forget. You feel me? And it's just kind of like, bro, like I'm already working on plans with, you know, building a whole team at Big General. And we build Black Wall Street.
That's right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, as a new Black Wall Street. You feel me? And it's just kind of like, at the end of the day, bro, I got zero tolerance, bro. If you got an issue with me, we can go around the corner. You feel me? But dang, for sure, you're not going to burn down my building.
Yeah, nah. And
you feel me? All that, bro.
That's a big thing, you know. That whole thing started off with a lie. You know what I'm saying? With you know, that little.
It's crazy.
incident on the elevator that essentially never happened, and communities and businesses pay for it, right? And if I go down there right now, I don't see no more black businesses around. So yeah, it's evil. It's evil. It's really what it is. And if you think about how years of dedication and building blocks, and people must have left their old life behind. They must have left their everything, even their fears. Like
a lot of sacrifices,
exactly,
for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking about business, my OG was telling me, he was like, I'm a little emotional at times. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
My OG told me, shout out to my OG Manny. I love him. You feel me? He actually told me that black people are emotional when it comes to business.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, look, bro, he's black too. He's like, look, I'm not trying to, shame on us or anything like that. But he's like, black people are emotional when it comes to business, and white people, when they do businesses, no emotion. Just here's the money, here's the check, we'll do, no emotions whatsoever. And it ties down to Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
It ties down to history, and no matter how long or short the history was, it all ties down to us working for the greater good, us working for our families, bro. We've been so segregated, we've been so oppressed, and it's kind of like you can't, bash on us being emotional about it, because we work 10 times as hard just to even get close to earning half of what an average non-black person has.
That's right.
And it's just kind of like, at the end of the day, bro, I'm fighting for my community, I'm fighting for my people, and I'm fighting for my family. I don't know when my next meal is. I don't, literally, even right now, bro, I don't know when my next meal is. But that I use that fact, and I use that to, be able to fuel my starvation for success. You will never hear me. You'll hear people say that they're hungry. You will never hear me say I'm hungry, bro. You'll always hear me say I'm starving for success. Not just only for me, but for my people, bro. I didn't become state representative for nothing. I didn't build my business for no, not for my selfish needs. It's for my people's needs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then God and everybody around me starting to show me that, So, it's still like sometimes I try to force myself to believe that it's really happening with what I'm doing and what I've been doing,
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's real hard in the beginning, you know what I mean? Even with all of my dreams and my aspirations, something as simple as starting out this podcast, right? It was tough because originally I had the idea with two other people, right? And we were supposed to establish this podcast because up in the Emoji Room, for those of y'all that don't know, I did used to work in the Emoji Room at Fulton College, and yes sir, and we were supposed to get it started, and it was just so odd to me. I'll come up with ideas, I'll send articles in our little chat, I would see how much a mic cost. Like I was trying to get everything together and gel together, right? We even met at some place to plan it out, and it never came into fruition. And that was like 3 years ago.
What's crazy? It did though. Look what we're doing. Look what you're doing.
Exactly.
Right? Look what you're doing, black man.
That's right. That's right.
This is the beginning. You don't know where it's gonna take you.
That's true. That's very true. So even being here right now proves to me that I can do it. I can't do it by myself, right? I'm not gonna be the savior of the entire black community, but you know what I'm saying? It's all about putting on that jersey, putting on that helmet, putting out, taking your shield and your sword up, and you know what I'm saying, going out to war for your people. You know what I'm saying? It's a big thing with that, especially with that mentality that you're talking about, and having that transformative approach for business. That's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be powerful. So speaking of businesses, man, what was that moment where you thought to yourself, like, you know what, I gotta do this. Like, this is something that is going to happen and it's going to take multiple steps. So at what point were you thinking, like, I have to make Just Minorities?
Honestly, bro, back in October, November of last year, it was just an idea. It was just like a small idea. And I kind of shrugged it off my shoulders. And you know me, bro, I love fashion, bro. I can dress up and dress down, bro. So, you know, and also that's my passion. And my passion is also giving back and helping out, right? So it makes both passions and turned it into one. So that's why I'm selling shirts, you know. So honestly, bro, like, I don't think there was any inspiration behind me wanting to build it, like build, you know, my business. I think it was just more of like, okay, I'm not willing to work with for anybody anymore, because I worked 10 jobs, bro. Like 10 jobs I've had. You know, I've also, you know, kind of like, I want my own money type of thing, you know, and I also want to be able to, you know, sharpen my skills with communication, sharpen my skills with, you know, hustle, you know, on the block, because I'm on the block almost every freaking day. You know how many times I go home empty-handed, bro, not trying to, and having 10 shirts on me, bro, but I do it every day, you know, because it's a consistency. You know, I represent consistency. I'm like a shark, you feel me? Like, if you stop swimming, bro, like, you're gonna drown, you know? And I use that philosophy for, you know, everyday life. So, you know, I think, you know, me seeing, you know, my people and people in general just struggling, you know, skid row, and just me like, okay, like, you know, I don't know where my next meal is, and I've lived like that for 23 years, bro. I think it kind of, like I said, it fueled my starvation for success. So I think building the structure of Just Minorities Merch Chain wasn't a struggle. The name came like that. Just Joseph Merchain is my initial, JM, right? JM is my initial, right? Yeah. And JM is also Just Minorities, right? And I just smacked my last name on it. I hate my last name because I don't know my biological mother, but my real mother, you know, she took me in, you know, a couple of years back. I love her, you know, big shout out to her and my family. You know, but, you know, putting my last name on it, kind of, I'm a futurist. I love to, like, I'm always like trying to stay 3 steps ahead of myself. I'm like Batman, bro. You know, so
watch out, bro.
I'm Batman.
Hold on, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, you know, so with that, okay, when I have children, they're gonna have my last name. You know, what first name and then my chain, right? So I know that my business is gonna be $1 trillion company. You know, and $1 trillion business. You know, I'm like, okay, so let's say her name is Maribella Merchain, right? She applies for a job, right? Or you apply for school. They will always see your name before they see your face, right? And that's a known fact. White people that have white names get more callbacks than people with black names, you know. And I'm black and white, you know, but I ain't nobody look at me as a white boy, you know. So, you know, and I'm a proud black man, you know, and I represent as a black man. So, you know that. So that being said, you know, my name, me having 10 jobs, my name kind of sounds not black, like Joseph Merchain, like it doesn't sound black or like that, you know. So that's why I've had 10 jobs. But my last name is gonna be a legacy, because my last name, when they see, you know, my daughter Maribella Merchain, I don't have a daughter. I'm not planning on having one until marriage. Just saying that.
It's an example, y'all.
But let me get to the point. I'm over here, you know, taking forever. But let me get to the point. They will be like, oh, she's a Merchain. And they already know my business. They're affiliated with my business. Oh, snap, she's a Merchain. Let me call her.
Okay.
Oh, hey, does it so happen to be, you know, Big General, your father? Yeah, and then boom, oh, you're hired on the spot. Right. Yeah. Because you get automatic respect, and I'm all about respect. You know me, bro. I'm all about respect. I'm all about integrity, bro. And I'm ready to die about my respect. You feel me? So, you know, that automatically give her respect.
That's a big thing. You know, yeah, that's a big thing. And I'm gonna piggyback kind of off of what you said about having respect in your name. You know what I mean? The Asian community, bro. I'm telling you, that is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Family names, bloodlines, whatever the case is, bro, that's a huge thing. And that's why when they come into the US, they're so damn focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? They're serious. They don't be messing around like that. You don't see the same problems in any other community that you see in the Asian community, right? And they do that so well. Like, they protect their bloodline. They marry within themselves. And when you
execute.
Exactly, right? And it's not that we're not capable of that. We're just not focused on that. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're capable of it, but look what happened. to our families, bro. Raping our women.
That's right.
Killing, our black men.
That's right.
Separating our children.
Imprisoning the black
Exactly,
men.
bro. And it's something that, it takes years of restoration, like to restore everything, bro. And we're highly capable of it,
That's right.
And I don't date outside of my race. You feel me? Black women, I would never put any non-black women on a pedestal. No matter how I love women in the whole, I love women. I'm not shaming no women. Anything, I love women in the whole. Even the ones I'm not attracted to, bro. You feel me?
You got love for them.
Exactly, I got love for them, bro. Like, and it's just kind of like, it's at the end of the day, I'll always have respect for black women because a black woman will hold us down twice as more than any other female. Like I said, black women are always going to be in the pedestal. All women in the whole, I love women in the whole. That's just a known fact for me.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm glad, this conversation is taking the course that it is, But as far as, we kind of touched on, black enterprises and black businesses and, and how far we were able to go at a certain point in time, and then how there's just been a steep drop.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? But now, we kind of been seeing things going, and you can see it on the internet, you can see it. I know even Target is partnering up with some black-owned businesses. So in your perspective, like, where are we at, with black businesses as far as elevation or even lack thereof? You know what I'm saying? How's that looking for you?
Honestly, I'm glad that you asked that question. Black businesses and black entrepreneurs, we're on a rise, bro. We're on the freaking rise. Like, I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna be unapologetically saying this, but white people their guilt is eating them up right now, right? Because of George Floyd, because of Anthony, McClain, because of Elijah McClain, Sean Reed, Breonna Taylor, the list goes long and long.
You already know.
And slavery and all that, right?
We can sit here and just listen them off.
Exactly. So honestly, black entrepreneurship and black-owned businesses are on the rise. So white people, their guilt is eating them alive. So they're looking to spend their dollars on black-owned businesses. That's how I've received when I spoke at Pasadena City Hall on Juneteenth, the most iconic holiday in history.
That's right.
I received $1,588 in donations.
Look at that.
I used $1,000 and I moved it into $25 gift cards to Target, and I hand them all out. And that just the donations. It was all white people, and it was like a few sisters. You feel me? I'm greatly appreciative of it. And it was at a protest too on Juneteenth. So honestly, bro, like, when it comes to business, I'm the right guy to come to. You feel me? When you're looking for somebody to, invest your money in, I'm the right person because I know my worth. You feel me? I know what I can bring to the table, and I know what I could. I know that I'm not going to be selfish when it comes to business. Because it's going to be in my favor and also in your favor. Because you're taking the time out of your day, out of your life, to come sit down with me to speak on investment. So of course I'm gonna return the favor, and have this business deal in your favor as well. Black entrepreneurship, big shout out to the all black owned businesses.
That's right.
And it's love, you feel me? And also right now, bro, like, I only got 10 large shirts left, right? And the reality, I'm gonna speak on the reality of black entrepreneurship and black businesses, right? The reason why, shirts, merchandise is twice as more expensive because of manufacturers. It's because the manufacturers are the ones that are, finessing us in a sense.
That's right.
They're raising their prices on us, right? And honestly, bro, if you go to white-owned clothing line business, right, or Hispanic or non-black. If you go to non-black business, right, clothing line store, you'll see everything's restocked. There's literally restocked. A white store is restocked consistently. But if you go to a black store, we have to sell everything in order to restock.
That's right.
it's not a consistent basis with me. You feel me? Like me being black, I'm already, in a corner selling and whatnot every day, right? And white people ain't, or non-black people is like, not trying to support, right? They're not even giving me the time of the day to explain what my business is, right? And it's kind of like, it's a struggle, but doing this every day, selling everything just to restock is a hustle, and it's the reality of black businesses, especially the black businesses are on the rise. It sucks, but there's always the beauty in the struggle, and on top of that, the reward is twice as more sweet.
That's right.
Because of the struggle that we went to. You know what I mean? So, the reward is always twice as more sweet because of all the trials and tribulations, all the struggles, and all the sleepless nights, and all the, the nights where you go home empty-handed and do it all over again. It takes heart. It takes dedication, consistency, honor.
That's right.
It takes a whole nother level of belief in yourself and in your vision. Just to go home empty-handed for a week straight, and then out of nowhere, boom, you sell 50 products. Out of the nowhere. And you realize, okay, cool, this is not going to be consistent, but one day it will. So let me just continue to be consistent on a day-to-day basis. Because me on the block, bro, a lot of people around the area know me now because I'm there on a consistent basis, and they know my mission, and they know I'm about respect. So sometimes they bring waters to me, but sometimes they bring like, oh, here's some knowledge, here's some food, keep hustling.
That's love, man.
Exactly, and it's all about community and unity. I love unity. But let's be honest, bro. How long does unity last?
Not long.
Exactly. So those little spotlights, those little seasons of unity, we have to be able to utilize that season, no matter how the length of it, to the best of the ability. I love unity, bro. Ain't nothing more beautiful than unity, bro. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like you just gotta be real about how long it's gonna last. You feel me? Yeah. Like a lot of people, we gotta be able to set our differences aside, bro. And
that's a big thing right
there. And it takes a lot of compromise masculinity wise, under like being able to admit, let's really, set our differences aside and, really try to sit down and politic and listen to one another, so yeah, Red Black Entrepreneurship is most definitely on the rise. We're only going to continue to get bigger and better.
That's right.
No matter what the struggle is, no matter who's in the middle.
That's right.
So yeah, most definitely, bro.
My man, Joseph Merchain, Big General. Appreciate you, man.
Sir.
You already know, man. So, man, you had mentioned previously that your name is Big General. And, that is what I refer to you as, and that is what people refer to you as. So, what was the big consolation? What was that defining moment that you was like, yes, Big General, that's it. That's me.
Big General was an alter ego at first. It was an alter ego at first. So, you know how I have my dreadlocks? Locks, right? Because dreadlocks is what a white man created. So they thought it was dreadful. A little lesson for everybody out there.
Yeah. But, do your research.
Exactly. So they're called locks. So I have my locks, right? And my locks I grew out for 2 years. So they started off with them because I was broke and because I loved it. So I couldn't afford a haircut. So honestly, me cutting my locks, it created a whole, me having my locks carried so much weight, pain, agony, all that, right? And when I decided to cut them, it was because of me accepting a lot of the trials and tribulations, a lot of the pain, the agony I went through, and accepting everything in a whole, right? So when I cut them off, I'm like, okay, let me cut them off because I'm getting ready to turn Big General and Joseph Merchain into one.
You switching levels and you coming up together.
Exactly, and becoming and receiving new energy, right? And tapping into who I really am, right? And who I am and what I am is Big General, right? So Big General, basically the meaning of Big General is I represent honor. Big General has respect for all living things and everything in the whole. You know, Big General also represents consistency, you know, dedication, honor, integrity. You know, for example, right? Me going to the block every single day to sell my t-shirts and go back home empty-handed for 3 days. That takes a lot of heart. Yeah. A lot of heart, a lot of confidence, and a lot of belief in yourself and in your vision. And then you do it on the 4th day. Okay, you make 3 sales, 4 sales. Then you go back home. Okay, cool. Let me go back and, you know, make another sale for another 3 days straight.
And this is you like going up to people, right?
Exactly.
And marketing.
Exactly. And having, you know, a hanger rack and, you know, carrying my shirts and in the intersection and cars passing by, people see it, you know, and doing that consistently, doing that, you know, every single day takes heart, takes dedication, and that's what Big General is, right? I was stripped from my pride when I was younger, when I was a kid, right? So that's a blessing in disguise, because if I was stripped from my pride now, man, you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have the mentality, the Big General mentality that I have, right? So, you know, that being said, bro, like, it's a Big General. I'm the embodiment of it, bro. I went through sexual abuse. I went through homelessness. You know, I went through a lot of, I don't know my biological parents. I went through a lot of neglect. You know, me going through, you know, having Latinx foster families. I couldn't go back home and be like, okay, like somebody called me the N-word at school. And they wouldn't know how to, or they wouldn't care how to, you know, cater to, you know, my emotions. You know, they would just shave my head, you know, instead of oiling my scalp, instead of braiding and stuff like that, or taking me to it, you know. So, but that being said, that did help me gain a lot of respect for the Latinx communities to a certain degree, you know, to a certain extent. So, you know, yeah, so, you know, all the stuff that I went through kind of, you know, like, I made it to C23, bro.
Right.
I'm a black man in college beating the statistics.
That's huge, bro.
Exactly. And that's and there's also Lady General, too. If you're a lady, you know, you can most definitely, you know, become a Lady General. It's just you have to know what a Lady General is, know what a Big General is. And if you feel like you embody that, if you feel like you reached to a certain level in life where nothing can break you, where I'm freaking vibranium, dude.
That's right.
You can't break vibranium, bro.
That's right.
I'm a big nerd when it comes to Marvel. Of course you can break, like, but what I'm saying is you can't break me, bro.
That's right.
Juggernaut, bro. Run through everything, bro. You feel me? So that's what Big General is, bro. And Big General is somebody that, you know, that is a protector. It is also, you know, a lover. You know, is also ready to throw down just in case. Big General, Lady General is also a businessman, businesswoman. You know, so Big General is of all things, really. Of all things that I consider of strength, Big General is strong. You know, you know, and you know, at the end of the day, bro, I believe I'm the embodiment of a Big General, and you know, that's where, you know, I feel like I've, you know, entered a certain point in life. I'm not even in my prime, bro, and I made the news. That's right. I'm not even in my prime, bro.
Yeah, which we're gonna get to that.
Yeah. I'm not even in my prime, bro, but I'm gonna stay representing. I'm not even in my prime, but I'm the very first president of the Pasadena City College Charter, bro.
That's right.
You know, like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, but that's what Big General is, and that's who I am.
Beautiful. So you touched on it, you know, just a second ago, man, of you making the news. And I must say, just in my short time of knowing you, I know it's big. Like,
we've known each other for like what?
Oh man, it's a couple months now.
Yeah.
You know, and just my time of knowing you and your dedication and your grind and what you've been on and your mentality and all that. It's just so inspiring to watch you on my TV screen. You know what I'm saying? You know, and to see you becoming You know what I'm saying? What
man.
Exactly. Like, you know, that it's one thing to have big talk, just say like, oh, I'm big general, and it's one thing to want to have to say like, oh, I want to do this and that, woo right? But you actually getting yourself together and following through, bro, I'm telling you, it humbles me and it empowers me knowing that my brother is coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the thing about, you know, just having opportunities like this, you know, and just you becoming and getting recognized for it. That's another thing. It's you to, you know, become something is another thing for you to get recognized for it. So, you know, just talk to us about how that process went and what that meant for you and what it still means to you today, because I know it's fresh. It happened just yesterday, y'all. Channel 2 News. What were the times again?
It was K Count 9 News, bro, and CBS News.
That's right.
2. It was at 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and also 5 p.m., bro. So it was real amazing. But
that's right. I'm gonna put that on my Instagram, by the way. I'm gonna put all the times, put the YouTube link, everything, so y'all can see just what kind of dedication this man really has.
Yeah, you know, let me touch on the point where you said, you know, you seeing me come up, bro. I'm not only coming up, bro. I'm also, you know, bringing a lot of people with me. You know, that I feel like earned. You know what I mean? You know, because at the end of the day, bro, like when I went to LA Trade Tech, you know, for like half of a semester, you know, my professor was like, you know, he was like telling his story. He made it big, you know, coming from Compton and all that. He's like, you know, he took his family with him, and his family wanted to go back.
Oh, really?
And he was like, he accepted it, and they went back, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to be able to realize you can't bring everybody with you. You feel me? And you know, it's like, I'm just trying to be inspiration to all the young black men and women around all communities, bro. Respect, you know, and I think that, you know, being able to inspire and being able to help, you know, put people in these positions, you know, is something that I'm all about, bro. Because I'm not stingy, you know. And I feel like, you know, how can I say that I hate people hoarding, you know, knowledge and hoarding these opportunities, and I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving back. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, so that's, I can't contradict my words.
That's
you know,
right.
So normal action. So you know, being on the news, bro, like, you know, hey, big shout out to Mr. Prater. Mr. Prater, he's the CEO and founder of LA Room and Board. You know, Westwood. You know, he shout out to Will, my mentor, my OG. You know, my idol, Will. He's also part of Amanda, but you know, he was the one that gave me the opportunity to, you know, I asked him for help. I'm like, yo, you know, my housing, you know, because I have to leave in December 30th and whatnot. So I ended up, you know, he ended up sending me this link, and I applied for LA Room and Board. You know, had the pleasure to be interviewed by Mr. Prater, and I think her name was Miss Tiffany. But it was amazing, you know. It was amazing. So he ended up, you know, accepting me in the same interview. Then he, you know, he gave me the opportunity. He called me like at 8 a.m., bro. He woke me up. And I answered, and you know, he's like, "Oh, you want to be on the news? What you will? Like an interview, you know, you can share your life story, and also as well as, you know, market, you know, LA Room and Board." And I did that, you know, and it was amazing, bro. Being on the news, bro. It's not even on the news. Being on national television, bro. A black man being on national television, speaking about his accomplishments instead of being a black man in national television and patronizing the criminal perspective that white people have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
you're going against the grain. Just
exactly.
Like you are literally rewriting their history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, it was amazing. Not even to just me being on television, but it was also amazing because, you know, that known fact. Like, you know, you barely see another black man on television being recognized, you know, for his accomplishments. Instead of, you always consistently see black men being killed and saying that, oh, he was a criminal.
That's right.
But he was, you know, stuff like you picking up on it, putting it down. So, you know, like being like everything I accomplished and everything that I've done, you know, coming from, you know, being in juvenile hall twice, you know, being homeless multiple times, you know, being neglected, being, you know, sexually abused, being all these things. At the age of 11, bro, what helped me get to where I am today, and this is a gem, bro. I'm telling you and to the people.
That's right.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I did that at the age of 11, bro. When I did that, it helped me get over the fact that, okay, my mom might not be coming back. My dad might not be coming back. You know, it helped me get rid of a lot of hatred, you know. So that's a gem, bro. You really did, like, this whole interview, bro, like, how I talk in code. You know what I mean? In a sense, you know, how I talk, there's deeper meanings beyond the deeper meaning. Right. You know, what I talk about, you know, I've kind of learned how to, it took me years to learn how to, you know, be a man of your word. That's also what a big general is, be a man of your word, be a woman of your word. You know, it took years, you know, obviously. You know, so you'll never hear me speak, you will never hear me commit to say that I'm gonna commit to something.
Once again, Joseph Merchain on the Chop It Up with JP podcast. I do really appreciate you being here, you know. This is, like I said, been a long time coming. You know, you're also the first interview of my show, you know.
Honor,
so, yeah, you know, I appreciate you doing, you know, giving me your time, you know. I know you're a busy man. You always grinding, always putting your nose to the dirt and doing something.
Hey, this is part of the grind, bro. You come here is a part of the grind, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, like what I meant to say, you know, like, you know, the news, you know, don't beat this, you know.
Appreciate you.
Politicking, you know, really, you know, having genuine interactions, you know. And, you know, especially, you know, with my brother, you know, it's just, you know, like I said, the news don't beat this, so appreciate you, you know. So most definitely, bro, appreciate it. It's a great honor, man.
Yes, sir. So real quick, I'm gonna just give you a couple minutes to just tell us what your business is really about, how people can hear about it, how people can support it, and ways that people will be able to, you know, get in contact with you, man.
Honestly, like, it's Just Minorities Merchain Foundation is 100% black owned. You know, it's also going to, you know, like I said, provide, you know, free housing, you know, free therapy, you know, because mental health in black communities is important.
That's right.
You know, so, you know, health, you know, therapy is expensive, so we're going to provide therapy, you know. So free therapy, you know, free haircuts, you know, because feeling good and, you know, chopping up and barbershop talk, you know, and black communities is important. You know, also, you know, free meals a day. You know, free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, free clothing. You know, and also, you know, you also got to put in work. You know, at the same time, because you got to either, you know, go to work or go to college. Either one. You know, you can't. You know, or you got to either work or go to college. You know, so you know, you got to put in your work to play your part as well to be able to receive these, you know, resources like with the free housing thing. You know, you know, everything else is gonna be available to the public and whatnot. But also, you know, this, some people think it's a logo. It is a logo, pretty much, but I consider it a symbol. You know, a symbol that represents hope, that represents honor, that represents honesty, that represents unity, that represents family.
That's right.
You know, family is a big thing. You know, you know, so it's, you know, like I said, you know, these resources and scholarships as well. You know, networking events, you know, workshops, jobs, and job skills trainings, you know, provide those, you know. So, honestly, you know, I started, you know, I don't know why I said we, it's only been me, you know, I'm not, you know.
Grinding, man. Yeah,
exactly.
You speaking in third person in a sense. It manifested that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I started on March 30th of this year, 2020. I could have started on the 30th. I mean the 31st, but no, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. So, crazy thing is, crazy story. And this speaks about how taking that leap of faith really could change your life.
That's right.
Sorry, my bad, people. You
Sorry about that, y'all.
You ain't gotta edit that out. But taking a leap of faith, right? So I received my financial aid check, right? And, you know, I only had $500 left, right? And I was on the bus, the 704, heading down to my crib, right? And I only had 2 stops left. For like the past 3 or 4 days, I was contemplating, okay, should I order 35 shirts? You know, these shirts, you know, just, you know, take that leap of faith. I'm like, I'm over here going back and forth. back and forth. And next thing you know, bro, I had 2 stops left. I didn't have no Wi-Fi, and school was shut down. I had no Wi-Fi, and the only Wi-Fi I had was on the bus, the 704. Took that leap of faith, right? 2 stops left. Nah, let me just order 35 shirts, bro. And then it came out to like 480 something. Right?
Okay.
And 35 shorts, bro. 5 small, 10 medium, 10 large, and 10 extra large, right? And I took that leap of faith, so I ordered. I rushed and ordered them, and my stop was coming up, and I ordered it, and it felt good. It didn't feel like now I'm broke. It felt like I did something great. That leap of faith. Just that what's it called? I wasn't confident, but I was confident enough to take that leap of faith, and look where I'm at now. And this, my business really had taken me a lot of places. So, taking that leap of faith, always do it. No matter if you have doubts, always do it. So, my business is basically just really about community building. Building individuals, sharpening their skills, and scoping their future, what they envision. And housing insecurity is big. It's big. Me moving into my crib where I stay at now, I wouldn't have accomplished everything I've done in 1 year without me moving into where I live at now.
Wow.
And it's a big shout out once again to Will. He was the brother that helped me get where I can live now and where I'm going to move. So my business, I'm always willing to receive donations. I'm always from myself, and also for the community. Like I said, I don't know when my next meal is. So, but like I said, that I use that to start, fuel my starvation for success. So I'm always willing to receive donations. If you want to donate it to me or donate it to the community, boom, just holler at me. I'm also willing to investors. I'm always willing to collab with models. I've done that a lot collab with models a lot. And I'm always willing to just collab and work for the greater good. So where people can actually find me and stay tuned is my business is at Just Minorities. Just Minorities. It's super simple. At Just Minorities. And my personal Instagram is at Joseph Merchain. JOSEPHMERCHAIN.
Come on
Feel me?
Yep.
Merchain, Joseph Merchain. So like I said, I'm excited, for the journey. I'm excited I'm excited to see the smiles on people's faces. I'm excited to hear success stories and how Just Minorities Merchain helped. And I'm gonna be active I'm for sure gonna have 50 plus locations worldwide. With or without investors, with or without people. I'm for sure gonna do it. But like I said, we're a South Central based brand. And we're a Black owned business, and most definitely we're gonna come everything into fruition and manifest everything.
That's right.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And real quick, I just wanna kind of ice this out with this tip. 2020 has been a really bad year for a lot of people, right? And as far as I know, it's been a horrible year for education, for impoverished communities, and it's been a bad year. Like, I haven't even it's all encompassing, right? But seeing what you have done and being able to execute and then putting all of that together in 1 year has been absolutely inspiring. And so I'm gonna say thank you, honestly, for doing what you're doing. And I'm gonna tell you to keep pushing, man, because a lot of people have given up. A lot of people have made 2020 an excuse to not pursue their dreams. A lot of people have chosen to be lazy because we're not in in-person classes. A lot of people done dropped out of school. A lot of people are contemplating dropping out of school and just working. A lot of people have lost their inspiration, period. You know what I'm saying? But you have literally siphoned, like, you've gotten extra motivation from people being inactive right now. You know what I'm saying? And that is a huge, huge thing. The fact that you're putting in work, you over here taking a bus, ordering shirts on a bus bro, because the bus is your only source of Wi-Fi. Like, that takes dedication. That takes, like, you talking about like taking that step of faith and that leap of faith, bro. You taking a plane of faith and you like flying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, and that's a really big thing. And I just want to, you know, just leave y'all with that. Just don't give up. This is not a year for us to just be putting all our dreams and hopes aside. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And like, why would you? You know what I'm saying? To me, especially like doing stuff like this, purchasing all this equipment, like, y'all, for the podcast, I did not have any of this, right? I only had this mic and a recorder, and that's it. But I was thinking to myself, like, I need to do something. I can't just be sitting around just woo-de-woo, like I'm just chilling, playing video games all day. That's not me, you know? And with what you've done, like I'm saying, it's so inspirational to see a brother like you come up and getting your team of big generals and lady generals and, you know, getting the arms together and just rising up, because it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying? You have no ceiling. Like, if you put a cap on yourself, then you putting the cap up. But as long as you just rising through, you're going to have those 50 plus locations around the world. You're going to have those programs that are giving free haircuts and mental health and all those resources. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So big shout out to you, man. I know you're blessed, man. God bless you, bro. I'm telling you, you are such an inspiration. Seeing you on the news, I know I'm talking a lot, bro, but man,
keep talking,
bro. I'm telling you, like, this is really the time for us to be on the come up, you know what I'm saying, and really rewrite our history. And I'm glad that you're doing it, and you writing essays and coming out with books and doing all kinds of things with your history, my brother.
Hey, bro,
so,
I gotta come out with a book.
Hey, yo,
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, like, real talk, like, you know, like, if we, you know, really, you know, giving, you know, the audience put up on game, you know, I think 2020, bro, like, the whole pandemic, bro, there's no middle. You either, you know, got worse or you got better.
That's right.
There's no meat in the middle, bro. Like, you know, and with me, it was kind of like, I've been homeless before. So this whole pandemic, if I became homeless, it ain't nothing to me. It ain't nothing to me. I live a zero excuse policy, bro. Taking that leap of faith, taking that initiative to do better, to learn more, you know, is with the, you know, with the leap of faith or the plane of faith, you want to call it, on the train, on the bus. You know, it's something that like zero excuses, bro. You use the Wi-Fi, bro. Like, you know, when spring semester, when the whole pandemic, you know, took off, bro. You know, like I'm you know, compromising, immunocompromised, I think it's called, you know, because I have a chronic kidney disease. I was born with a chronic kidney disease, so I only have one kidney, so I'm already immunely compromised. I think that was the correct term.
Oh, wow.
So I'm already going outside every day to Chick-fil-A and all over downtown, you know, to find Wi-Fi, right? And, you know, that was, you know, a zero excuse, you know. Wow. And on top of that, it was hot. On top of that, you know, the whole pandemic. On top of that, bro, like I ain't got no Wi-Fi at the crib, so, like, I'm not trying to fail, but I ended up taking a EW, excused withdrawals, you know, but I took, you know, that initiative to, okay, let me try. Because if you're not taking initiative to try something, then it's kind of, or to, you know, excel or go over the top, bro, like, you know, your hard work does show a lot of people. It does inspire a lot of people, you know what I mean? And and a lot of people acknowledge, you know, a lot of people will, you know, a lot of people are watching, you know, so you got to stay 10 toes down, and you got to stay, you know, the 5 wells, Morehouse wells. I want to go to Morehouse, you feel me? So
it's done already.
I want to, and I'm going to Morehouse.
That's right.
So the 5 wells
into existence. That's right.
Exactly. The 5 wells that I've learned, and October 15th when I went to visit at homecoming week, there's a brother that was giving us the tour. He said the 5 wells: well dressed, well balanced, well traveled, well read, and well balanced, well traveled, well read. Dang, how can I forget? Well spoken. I'm tripping. Well spoken. Well spoken. Well read. Well traveled. Well balanced.
All right.
Yeah. You know, so
embody that. You
exactly. So I learned that, and I took it with me, bro. And you know, profanity, you know, is something that I'm learning on not to use anymore. You know, and I took the initiative to say I'm gonna make this promise. And my little sister, she's always on my butt about it, you know, always on my head about it. You gotta stop using profanity, whoop and all that. So, but you know, it's something that, you know, I'm learning how to, you know, articulate myself in many ways that, you know, me being from the streets, not a lot of brothers from the streets know how to, you know.
That's
so,
right.
You know, yeah, you know, so it's like everything I'm doing, you know, I'm glad that, you know, I'm inspiring you because that inspires me even twice as more.
That's right.
Because if I'm inspiring you, you're gonna inspire, you know, young brothers, you know, people around you, you know. So it's like you said, it's one big family. It's something that, you know, that's one of my missions.
Beautiful.
To inspire, and to inspire.
Beautiful.
You know? So it's a what's it called? Ripple effects.
Ripple effect, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
All
You know,
right.
the ripple effects could last.
Yep.
10, 20 years.
Beautiful.
50 years.
Yep. And as far as I see, man, you are embodying those 5 wells, bro. And I appreciate you. Appreciate you being on the show.
Sir, appreciate it. It's
you
an
know,
honor.
thank you everybody for tuning in and watching this interview. Like I said, it's been a long time coming in the making. We're gonna get this out by August 28th, right? Yeah, August 28th. So you know,
definitely.
right. So after this little interview, y'all stay tuned for my next episode that's gonna be coming out. It's gonna be real dope. But once again, Big General Joseph Merchain,
One and only.
Appreciate you, man. You take care of yourself, man. I will be seeing you
JP.
soon.
Hey,
All right.
chop it up. Hey, this message has been brought to you by JP.
That's
Let's
right.
get it.
That's